Few rivalries in modern geopolitics have been as bitter and personal as that between Hillary Clinton and Vladimir Putin.
You know, Hillary likes to play tough with Russia. Putin looks at her and he laughs, okay?
What began as a cautious diplomatic engagement quickly evolved into a public feud. One where Clinton thought she could outmaneuver Putin, only to find herself entangled in a game he plays better than most. Back in 2009, during her tenure as U.S. Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton attempted a symbolic gesture of goodwill. Standing beside Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, she offered a big red button labeled Reset Button, signaling a new era of cooperation between the U.S. and Russia. But Putin was never that man to be. By 2011, any illusion of diplomacy had evaporated. And in 2012, when Russia's parliamentary elections were riddled with fraud allegations, Hillary Clinton was the person who was the most vocal to blaming Vladimir Putin for rigged elections. She publicly condemned the voting process, claiming it was neither free nor fair. That wasn't just a critique. It forced down Putin on a personal duet with her from Moscow to Washington. Putin, ultimately returning to power, accused Clinton of inciting mass protests in Moscow, claiming she gave signals to opposition forces for a fair vote in Russia. It wasn't just politics anymore. It had become personal then. And the world knows between Hillary and the Russian President Putin, there was chemistry, not a chemistry of love and relationship, but about something that modern world has never seen in recent times. A personal feud lies in political rivalry, which quite much seems enjoyable. Although Hillary was vocal in many times, with many foreign uprisings, like the Arab Spring, but this is Vladimir Putin, unmatched in protecting his interests in Russian Federation. Then came 2016, and the stakes reached a global level. Clinton ran for U.S. president candidate, and the world watched in shock as her campaign was hit with leaked emails. American intelligence promptly pointed the finger at Russian interference, and all eyes turned to this man, Vladimir Putin. Clinton blamed Vladimir Putin directly. She called him a cold-minded KGB man, claiming he wanted some kind of revenge against her as she stood for U.S. president. But Putin, he didn't flinch. He dismissed the allegations with a smile, subtly hinting that perhaps the U.S. should look inward before blaming others. What remained in the matter of politics was that Bernie Sanders, who himself was a candidate for U.S. president from the Democratic Party, united with Hillary Clinton as he saw Donald Trump as an even greater threat than Hillary.
And if Trump wins, it will be a disaster not only for the American people.
It was worse for him to see Trump elected rather than himself not becoming president. Sanders chose to support Hillary as his least favorable option. But when the leaked emails were disclosed, emails from the DNC, leaked by WikiLeaks, and allegedly linked to Putin-inspired cyber hackers, Sanders also expressed disapproval of Hillary. The emails showed how Hillary appeared to have outmaneuvered Sanders during the primaries. In conclusion, after Bernie Sanders' supports lost, Hillary did not get what she wanted. And by the time the dust settled, Hillary had lost the election. And to many in the Kremlin, that was Putin's silent victory. A political vengeance just has been happened. Hillary thought she was battling a global adversary with facts and ideals. But Putin was fighting a psychological war, playing the long game, and staying 10 steps ahead in silence. As we look back after many years, this was a real-life Sigma move by Putin, where he patiently waited for years and ultimately took exactly what he intended, showing the ultimate Sigma mindset. Although this video is not about praising anyone, nor glorifying any political moments, no matter how many times Putin was interviewed by international press agencies, he denied the allegations every time with a subtle smile, hinting at an inner satisfaction about the incident. No doubt this man carries a certain aura,